This is Saturday Morning Mysteries.
And we're your hosts, Alexis and Grace. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Saturday Morning Mysteries, where we're your hosts. I'm Alexis.
I'm Grace.
And things are getting spooky up in here because it is finally the beginning of our favorite time of the year. Not only the holiday arcs that we do to round up the year, but in particular, our October Halloween spooky, creepy themed arc. We're very excited. Where, for those of you who are new to the podcast, what we do every October, every November, and every December is we do episodes that are specifically themed based on those months. So in October, we only do Halloween episodes of cartoons. In November, we do fall / nebulous Thanksgiving episodes of things that there aren't enough of, but we find them. And in December, we make it work. Of course, we do winter / holiday related themed episodes of cartoons. Anything flies, anything goes, whatever show we want to talk about. Whether we've covered it on this podcast before or not, as long as it falls into one of those categories during the month that we're covering it, we can cover it. And so, it's just a fun way for us to get into the holiday spirit, a fun way for us to like round out the year and wrap up the year, another year of podcasting. And I think a fun way to like, I don't know, make you guys get ready for the holidays too. And relive some of your favorite episodes of old cartoons. So, Grace is up first today. She's going to get us kicked off and help us get all the cobwebs on. Actually, we're not brushing them off. We're putting the cobwebs on. Getting all
sprinkle
creepy.
Them all over us.
Exactly. Putting fake blood on ourselves, putting scary stickers on our windows to scare away neighborhood kids, and, getting ready for the holiday of
we're ready.
Halloween, my second favorite holiday of the year. But to that note, Grace, I hand it over to you. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And also, sorry, before I hand it over to you, I can't believe this is our third Halloween arc. Yeah, because it's the end of our third year as a Saturday Morning Mysteries podcast. So crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Lots of changes in life since then,
Truly.
Our backgrounds have changed.
All
of
what
that
we did.
stuff. So.
Lots of changes, but it's tried and true. Halloween. Holiday arcs.
Halloween. It's always here for us, and we will always cover cartoon episodes about it. So,
boom.
Let's go.
Yeah, is crazy. So, I'm so excited for Halloween arc. That was a beautiful introduction, explainer about what's going to happen the next 3 months, et cetera, et cetera. And I think important, you kind of mentioned it for the November, fall, Thanksgiving, nebulous arc. But sometimes with these episodes, we just make them work. We're like, this thing in this episode reminds me of this holiday. So it's now happening. So
yes, that is one of my episodes too. It's like
that's all of my episodes. Let's be honest.
Is it actually anything to do with Halloween? No, but tangentially, I can make it about Halloween. So I will and am, and I assume you will be too.
Yeah, so I'm like, if it's a creepy thing that's like spooky in some way, it counts as Halloween, even if they don't say the words Halloween in the episode.
Which is funny though, because the whole basis of this podcast is like creepy, spooky mystery. Like any show that we could do, we could turn into a Halloween themed thing. But we get real into it in October in particular.
We lean real hard. I think in October too, we have even more side tangents about like whatever spooky thing is happening. Sometimes we'll like, just go into a deep dive about like why this reminded us of Halloween and like some lore behind the thing. So,
and that's always my favorite part. Oh,
we've got some history.
Go back and listen to old Halloween playlists of ours or our old Halloween episodes, because we've done some real fun, like spooky, creepy cryptids and like ghost stories and demons, occult stuff. Yeah. So, and we're going to have more of that this year. I already know.
I think that's one of my favorite parts of the Halloween arc is just like being able to nerd out on like these types of things and learn more about things I didn't know and histories I didn't know and all that kind of stuff.
Because there's only so much with Thanksgiving. Like it gets sad too when you talk about like the history of Thanksgiving, and there's only some instantly. It doesn't get sad; it starts sad.
It is sad.
And Halloween, Christmas is like there's only so much you can talk about. So
and then a lot of times Halloween, like it's snowing, so it's a Christmas art.
Here's the history of snow. No.
Let me take you through the water cycle. That's some Magic School Bus shit.
Yeah. Right. Man.
I'm sure there's a snow
never
episode.
mind. Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder, should I have used that for Christmas/December? Anyways.
Who knows? Y'all have to wait and see. But until we get to that arc, we are here for our Halloween arc. We started a week early because, yes, it's our fave arc. So today, I am doing an episode that we haven't covered since the original arc of this, which was one of our first year arcs of Rescue Rangers. Chip and Dale. Rescue Rangers. Chip and Dale when there's danger. So, yes, as we know, and you know what? Here, folks, I'm going to admit, when I was listening to this episode, I was like, fuck, I should have rated this episode higher in our March Madness theme song arc. Like, this theme song, it really, it made
it to like the quarterfinals, right? It made it through a round or two. Yeah, because
but you had to, you had to convince me of it, and I should have given it to it right away. I was just so inundated with all the other ones all at once, but I really appreciated it here.
It's one of those ones where you're like, hey, you hire a producer and you're like, hey, nothing serious, 2 chipmunks and a couple other rodents going on adventures, solving mysteries real quick. Just a real cute jingle will be fine. Jingle.
And they said, let me make some
jingle, please. Piano on fire as they're playing.
Look at the orchestra in here,
so good. Yeah. It's for people who haven't seen Chip and Dale, go listen to the theme song. Like watch the show too, but listen to the theme song. Thank you. Yes, Rescue Rangers, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Because it's way more intense than it legally should be.
The song is illegal.
Rodents.
Truly an illegal song.
They brought in an entire orchestra to freaking perform this shit. You hear the horns, you hear the strings, the cello players in the back crying.
For chipmunks, one of who is wearing a Hawaiian shirt is one of the chipmunks, and that's the song that they produced.
And the other one is dressed as Indiana Jones. So like, that's how serious the show is compared to the seriousness of this song. Anyways.
Truly. So I'm taking us all the way back to Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers with season 2, episode 40, entitled "Pie in the Sky." And we'll get to why it's a Halloween episode, and you'll know when we get there.
I trust you. Okay, I trust you.
Thank you. We start off in the park. The gang is in the middle of something right now. We see Monty, who's kind of like a bigger rat with an Australian accent. He's using a grappling hook to scale a brick wall. Gadget, who is wearing a very cute purple jumper. She's a female mouse and the kind of genius of the group, the only smart one of the group, we should say.
Yes. The inventor.
Yes, the inventor. She's setting up zip lines to get over it. One of them is freaking, I think probably Monty, is like wielding like a butter knife, like a machete, as like they go through this forest in this park.
Oh, they are in the middle of something.
They're in the middle of something right now.
What's happening? Because a butter knife to them too is very deadly.
Yeah, it's bigger than they are.
Yeah.
Truly, fully.
Weapon. Yeah.
Yeah, a deadly weapon. So, yes, we see them like on this mission going through the park here, and they end up, we see, sprinting to a Frisbee that got lost in a tree. A little thankful dog runs up behind them. They're able to grappling hook that Frisbee down, and they pass it off to the dog, who runs away very happy. And Gadget, Monty, Zipper, who's a little fly, and Dale are all like, we did it. That dog's so happy. Like, a job well done. Good for all of us.
You didn't name someone though.
I didn't name Chip here, as you'll note. Yes, Chip, our Indiana Jones. Dale is the one with the Hawaiian shirt. Chip is unimpressed. He basically is like, this job was lame. This job was unexciting. Like, I got into this work for a big case. Like, that's why I do this. I want the big case, the intense case, like the thrilling case. This is some bullshit. And they're all like, yeah, okay, whatever, Chip. Like,
he is the thrill seeker. He always wants more from his work.
Wants more. Bigger, better, greater.
Yeah, more dangerous.
He wants more dangerous.
Oh, great.
Will he regret that? Yes, he will. So, back at their HQ, their headquarters in the tree that they all live in, Chip is trying to think of some possible big cases they could take on. You know, we could, rescue all of the endangered whales from the ocean. We could solve all of the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle and find all of the lost planes and ships. Which
could, I guess.
Could, but that seems like a lot.
Yeah.
And That's like exactly everyone else's attitude. Like Gadget is like waving him off. She and Monty are installing like basically like a new GPS system into like the little plane that they have and just like, actually doing work.
Hmm.
But they're interrupted when a swallow, like a little bird, like
Hmm.
zooms in. We learn that this bird is named Midge. So I'm just gonna call the bird Midge
Mm.
from now on.
Okay.
And Midge flies in, kind of in passing, and she's asking for directions to, I think you say Capistrano. Capistrano. It's in California.
Oh,
They
okay.
said it, and
I
I
don't
just don't
know.
remember how to say it.
Gotcha.
Whatever.
I'm
This bird
unfamiliar.
needs
So,
directions
yeah.
to California, the California coast,
That
basically.
sounds far because aren't they like in New York or something? I guess
Yeah,
actually maybe it's a. Are they okay? I don't know
I
if it's
think
fictionalized or what, but I
I
feel like they're in New
I think
York.
I always think that it's New York because it's like a big
Yeah.
city. They're like in Central Park vibe type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty sure the UN's been there, like
True.
in our
Hmm.
episodes, all this kind of stuff. So yes, Midge is saying that it's migration season, but she, on the way to migrate, accidentally lost the flock that she was with, like the
Mm.
flock of other swallows, and so she needs to figure out a way to California. Like she can't figure it out.
Yeah.
And Gadget, Monty, and Zipper are like, "Oh, you poor thing! Like, of course we'll help you. Like, we'll figure out directions for you." And Chip shuts that shit down. He's like, one, we do not know how to get to California from here. And two, we're not gonna figure out how to get to California from here. Like, we're not a delivery service. We're not gonna get on this plane and fly this molest ass baby bird out.
Oh,
Like, absolutely not. And
buddy, you said
buddy,
you wanted more excitement.
yeah, take a road trip to California. What's the big
Yeah, that sounds
deal?
fun. Yeah.
And yeah, Chip is harsh right here to the point where this little baby sparrow Midge starts crying, which then
Mhm.
makes Gadget and Monty and Zipper all start crying because he was so mean.
Mhm.
Dale comes out immediately, starts crying. We know he's a little softy at heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even Chip, who seeing all of his friends crying and this tiny, adorable little bird heartbroken and lost and alone, Chip tears up and gives in and accepts the case and says,
Good.
yes, yes, we'll help. And like, we do wonder like where all of these other birds indeed have gone that you were
Hmm.
migrating with. So
Yeah.
they all load up. They're going to get on the road / take to the skies here in their plane.
Hmm.
While they do that, we hard cut to the desert, potentially the California desert, maybe Joshua Tree-ish, with
Okay.
this like dun dun like Jaws music, like
Oh, the
dun
Jaws
dun
music is
dun
back.
dun dun.
Oh,
Yes,
John
it's
Williams,
always
he's doing his
back.
thing.
He's back, baby. So like that music's slowly going on as we see in this like almost empty desert, we think. All of a sudden, from the ground, like with this intense music, we see so it's this semicircle and erupting from the ground is basically like solar mirrors. So not like just solar panel, but like a solar powered mirror, basically, where essentially
Hmm.
we eventually learn that like the sun hits this mirror, which somehow like both takes in energy to power stuff up and also causes the reflection of the sun. So
Oh,
that's the thing
okay.
that's
Yikes.
happening. And it's, oh,
Okay.
yes, it's already given evil genius vibes happening.
It
So
is. Yeah. Yeah.
it's
It's like, let's make
popping
solar
up.
panels, but make them evil,
Make them,
you know?
yes, let's make
Yeah.
them for the worse.
Yeah.
So, yes, they're
Let's
rising
make
from
them
the
make the
ground.
environment worse off,
Yeah,
actually, by increasing the temperature of places where it shouldn't be increased.
exactly the middle of the fucking desert here.
Yeah.
So, yes, as they raise up, they illuminate, and we see, uh-oh, what? Do you know a
I just
supervillain who
had the
does this?
worst. No, I just had the worst theory from that based on what happened to the rest of the
Let
birds.
me hear it. Let me just briefly hear it.
That like the reflection of the sun bounced back off and like disintegrated them as they flew over. And it's just like poof, a bunch of birds just like exploding in the sky.
You know,
And this one
Alexis,
little baby bird made it because it's too small. One ray couldn't hit it because
you
it's
made it perfectly.
yeah.
You know, Alexis, I wouldn't say put a pin in that, but maybe dog ear that, not quite
Dog
as
ear
intense
that.
as a
Okay,
pin, not
okay.
exact as a pin, but a dog ear perhaps, of this theory, which is why I had a feeling you were going to say that. And I needed you to express it so we could just go through that page. Okay?
Cool. All right. I'm sure someone else listening is thinking it too. So we're all in this together, gang.
Y'all are in it now.
All right. Oh, no.
And yes, we see it turn on. And we see, yes, the rays reflect onto, we hear something like powering up. And we see what it's reflecting onto, because we kind of see a shadow. So we're like, oh, the light is hitting something. Yeah. And it very slowly turns. And we see a statue, like a multi-storied, like as big as a building statue. It's made of metal. Think like Statue of Liberty size type of statue, including that you can like clearly go inside of it. And also, it's a statue of a woman. Not Statue of Liberty, but of a woman, specifically of a old lady. Kind of like grandma status. She's got a tight, high bun, an apron over her purple dress. She's kind of plump, like little sweet grandma plump. She's got tiny glasses. She has in one hand a pie that this giant statue's holding, and the other one, her hand is raised towards the sky. It's holding an enormous fork. So like a little baker grandma.
Pie in the sky.
Pie. Okay. There is a pie. And we're in the sky.
Very good too right now. We're almost in pie season, by the way. So I'm liking this. Could have been a Thanksgiving episode too, Grace. Perhaps. Just saying.
You'll find out. You'll change your mind when we get to the Halloween portion.
Okay.
You'll find out.
Gotcha. Cool. Is it a bunch of dead birds? That's scary to me. So, okay. Well, we'll get there.
You go again. We're all in this together now, folks. You're in it now. You're in it like you're in that pie, folks.
We have all these clues floating around, and they're going to come together by the end.
Flying around, if you will.
And yes, pun was not intended, but I'll act like it was.
Here we are.
Yeah.
And so from inside, again, you could like go into this statue. So we could kind of see like up in the eyes, like you could see like someone in there. We hear a very high-pitched voice of an old woman singing. And I wish I remembered the actual like tune that it went to, but here are the lyrics to what she's singing. Six a song of sixpence, pocket full of rye. Mrs. Sweeney makes you her favorite chicken pie. Okay. And
chicken pot pie?
Just chicken pie. Could be chicken pot pie.
Okay.
Could be.
Mrs. Sweeney, that's her name?
That's her name, Alexis. Astute observation. That is her name. Put a short, perhaps knife-shaped pin into that. A razor pin, razor blade into that, perhaps.
Razor blade.
So
we postpone my barber trip to another time. Another
Let me
day
just put this till after October.
You tell this story. Yeah.
Yes, Alexis. So as we hear this, put even a pin, full razor blade into that, undog ear that. We'll get to it.
All right.
But as we hear this, we slowly enter, the top of the statue, where we see a familiar looking figure, one that exactly matches the statue, sitting in basically a command center. So it's this old lady who looks exactly like the statue, sitting in a command center. There's screens everywhere, brass machines, levers, classically a single chair that she's sitting in among all of it. And she presses some buttons, and she's like a little screen in front of her. And as she's singing again about her favorite chicken pie, on the screen, we see a flock of birds flying on the screen. And we see her hit a button, and we see the fork of the statue outside start to radiate a purple light from it, which starts like emanating out and further out and further out until it hits the flock of birds, who all start squawking and going in circles and falling in mass from the sky into, remember the pie in the statue's hand? The lid of the pie opens up, and all of these birds screaming falls directly into the pie, which then slams shut on top of them.
My God. What?
It escalates quickly.
So a laser shoots out of the fork,
Something
hits
shoots
the
out of the
birds,
fork.
okay, something
Yeah.
does. Will you explain what that is later?
I think so.
Or
I
can I
probably, and if not, I'll tell you. If I haven't written
And
down,
I
I will
shouldn't
tell you.
speculate on it now, basically, is what you're saying. Just wait. Okay. So, but something shoots out of the fork, hits the birds, and they fall out of the sky and land in the pie.
Yes.
That's what, okay. Just making sure I got all of that.
Yeah. And I guess the other part of that is that we also put together that that's what the solar mirrors are powering up.
Okay.
Like it's the power from that helps turn on this giant fork situation.
Okay. Because I was trying to wonder, it's like I didn't miss the solar panel things kind of in that equation. Okay. Thank
power
you.
for it and reflects it, and that's how it turns out somehow.
And like, do we see the bird? Like, they're screaming on their way down, so it's not like they get shot dead and they fall like
that's why it was a dog
They're still alive.
They're still alive.
Okay, gotcha.
They're screaming and freaking out. That's why it was a dog ear, not a pin, because they didn't explode in the sky, but they did get taken down violently from the sky.
Yes, and these panel things have something to do with it.
Yes, again, turning on the thing that takes down the birds who aren't dead right now, at least, into the fire.
Don't hold your breath. Or you will die like those birds. Anyways.
Yeah, like these birds may be on their way to. So, yes.
Bad.
It's bad. And the old lady, Mrs. Sweeney, yes, as you clocked, is sitting there laughing, saying that one day she'll be more famous than that Betty, what's her name, more popular than that Colonel fella. More importantly, she'll be rich. So,
okay.
She's interrupted from all this by a very, very heavy set. I call him a man boy because it's very unclear if this is an adult that's like dressed like a child or a huge child. Like it's not at all clear, and he's like very dumb, so it's just like an adult dressed like a child who's like been stunted and treated very poorly, as we'll soon see, or is an actual child who's just enormous. It's extremely confusing, but either way,
uncomfortable maybe.
It's extremely, honestly, it is this show. I was like, this was absolutely, I can tell that this was done in like what, the 90s, because like
or was it was
80s?
or was it late 80s?
I think either late 80s or early 90s, but either way, I was like, look, I'm just gonna tell you guys now, child abuse happens to this man boy, child guy, and like she's a grandma, so I kind of assumed he was an adult, but either way, like I was like, you can't have this on TV.
It's a sign of the times when it came out. I think that such a character would be depicted a little bit differently in modern shows, hopefully, if at all. If a character like that appears at all.
Appeared. Exactly.
You know, we've come a long way. And listen, we've talked about a couple of canceled episodes, I think, of this show. Yes. Or no, one of them was Dark. We talked about a canceled episode of this and one of Darkwing Duck.
I think this, had a canceled one too.
Yeah. It was one with the bats, the Jamaican fruit bats. We're going to leave it at that. Go and listen to that episode if you want. But yes.
Yes. So, it's unclear. It's definitely like her son, though, to some variety. Okay. But yes, she's sitting there and she's cackling like, rich, rich, rich. And he runs in and says, I'm not rich. I'm Todd.
Oh.
As in, this child's name is
okay.
Todd
you know, I was also You will? Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. I was gonna ask if her last name. Well, I know you said Mrs. Sweeney, but I was like, I feel like can her last name be Todd or something? And first names, I don't know. But okay, good. They put it in somewhere. There.
They put it.
Okay, and so it means that all right, that dog ear. We're getting that dog ear untagged. Unfolding.
We're noting the razor blade stuck in, violently sliced in. Yes. So yes, obviously, if you will. Todd Sweeney, aka why I decided to do this episode, everyone, because even when I was looking up I was going through our old shows that we found and just looking at old episodes, and literally the episode of this description was as inspired by Sweeney Todd, and I said, huh?
Say what now?
Hold on now, right?
Chipmunks say what now? Squeak, squeak, squeak. That was great.
So, yes, listeners and viewers, this is why it's a Halloween episode, is because this episode's a children's show was inspired by Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street, which
says a lot in and of itself.
In and of itself, right. I'm gonna get into it. Don't you worry, we're gonna do a deep dive into it. But yes, just the title, if that doesn't say, like, the demon barber of Fleet Street. You think this is a Halloween episode? It's a Halloween episode, okay. We're getting into it.
You don't have to convince me.
Done. The second I said Mrs. Sweeney, you knew where this was going.
Yeah, I did. I was like, okay, now I see how it's a Halloween episode. I get it now.
Exactly.
Yeah. This should be Thanksgiving grapes. Oh no, a pie made by Sweeney Todd is Halloween, no matter which way you shake it.
Exactly.
So, do tell, because I know I can only imagine how excited you were when you saw this, Grace. For those who don't know, those who are new to this podcast. Like, listen, Grace loves musicals and Broadway and all of that, like, regardless. But I think in the 17 years I've known you, how long have we known each other?
It's a long fucking time.
I don't think I've heard you refer to a musical more than Sweeney Todd. I'm pretty sure it's your favorite one, isn't it?
I make it relevant into everyday life, yes.
Yeah.
At least top 3 for me. It's like, I have a rotating top 3, but that always holds the spot.
It's in there.
Sure.
Yeah, I figured. Like, I can think of a couple more that might be on that, but I know that that's in there somewhere.
Yes,
so I'm very excited for you.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
And you know what? I learned a lot in my deep dive for it. And so
okay. So you love it even more now.
I love it even more now. So, yes, we will get to it. And in the meantime, we're going to see, why things are horrible, even more horrible here. Because, Todd runs in saying, I'm not rich, I'm Todd. And Mrs. Sweeney immediately starts hitting him with her ladle in her hand and yelling at him to go get her more birds.
Oh,
so,
okay. Abuse.
Yeah, it's bad. It's not good. We don't love this part of it, the show. I think that's like the only time I mention it. Yeah, exactly. It's like the only time I mention it because I'm like, I kind of got to mention it, but we're not going to talk about it more. Don't worry.
Yeah, good. Okay. Because that's sad.
Yes, exactly. So,
and he can't defend himself, it sounds like, which is
exactly. Our age he is. So, as that all is happening, and he's sent to go find "quote unquote" more birds, we see our gang of rodents and a swallow flying over this open desert, trying to figure out, or trying to deliver Midge to, like, the migration point, which the navigation system that Gadget and Monty recently installed says is really close. Like, they should be getting here. And the swallow is a little confused. The swallow's like, so it's at the coast of California, and we're in the middle of a desert right now. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. I hate to tell you this, but this is not correct.
And you guys are helping me, and I really appreciate it. But
you're doing a bad job.
We need to make a left. You made a wrong turn
somewhere at the last cactus. This is not right. So yes, as this is happening, the GPS system starts freaking out, like going everywhere, and it's causing a bunch of other, like, of the gadgets in the plane to, like, go on the fritz as well, to the point where they crash. This plane fully crashes into the middle of the desert.
Hey, not their first time.
Hey, exactly, yeah.
I feel like they usually crash land. So
that's actually the only way they know how to land.
Will fix it.
Is a crash. They think that's what landing is. No, that's it. They think landing is crashing.
Since everything that they make too, since they're rodents, it's like mishmash, like trash pieces and old, like, stolen parts of things that they put together. Is that like what the GPS is too? Okay.
Yes, absolutely correct.
Yeah. Yes. Cool. Because at first, it's been a while since I watched this show. So at first I was imagining, like, oh, Gadget, she's really, her and Monty creating this really high tech thing, like radar and everything. No, it's probably like rubber bands and paper clips.
Yes,
and
it's like a half of a compass, a watch, like, I'm sure a roller skate on there. They love a roller skate.
They love roller skates. Yeah.
Like a wheel for some reason. They're spinning.
Cool.
So, yes, Gadget is kind of stressed about her GPS obviously malfunctioning, and everyone else is like, we got to figure out where we are. And as they're all talking, Midge notices some birds flying overhead. And so Midge is like, let me go ask for directions from this flock of birds here. Like, I got it.
I can talk to them.
Yeah. And Zipper decides to go with Midge to help out and see what's going on. Chip is like, all right, this other flock will take Midge. Like, case closed. Let's go get some real jobs now. Yeah. Oh, you didn't really finish the job, sir.
Oh my gosh. And how mean. It's like, those are strangers to Midge.
Yeah.
Like, no,
you know
don't
what's
just
happen.
And Midge just said we're not in the right spot. So why would you be like, all right, well, I'm going to drop you off with these people.
Not all birds migrate to the same place, Chip.
All right, Chip.
Chip.
Jeez.
That's
learn
thing or
Chip.
Two. Yeah.
Yes.
So, yes. Zipper goes up after Midge. And right as little Zipper catches up to all of the birds and Midge, who's now talking to some of these birds, we notice a radiating purple light.
Oh no.
Emanate from the fork that they happen to be above right now. And yes, this light catches the flock of birds and Midge, who all start squawking and freaking out and falling from the sky into the pie. But luckily, Zipper is able to zip away and not get caught in whatever this was. And as all this is happening, Gadget notices her GPS freaking out again. And like, because I'm like mentioning it now, because I'm like, wait, I don't know if they actually explicitly state it, but at some point, Gadget does put together that like whatever is happening is messing with like magnets, like the magnetic poles and stuff, which is how birds migrate a lot of the time, or like a lot of animals migrate using like the magnetic forces and poles, and so it's fucking that up, and that's what's making them all crash and making her GPS, which is like a compass more so, freak out because the poles are getting all like disrupted. Yeah.
Interesting. She's like, our crash lands are usually a little smoother than that.
Yeah. They're a little more planned than that.
We don't usually crash land that bad.
There's at least a fire usually. No fire here?
No
what's
fire.
Going on?
Come on. This is not my fault. This is not the ship's fault.
Yeah, this
or
one
the planes, whatever the fuck, the flying mobile that they have. I don't really know. It's like a balloon type thing. I don't know. With a roller skate on it, probably.
There's a roller skate somewhere.
For usual.
For the crash landing.
Yeah.
So, yes, inside the statue again, we see that Todd was the one who had like pressed all the buttons and stuff and made the fork go off again. And he's really proud of himself because he's the one who brought down this flock of birds. He's like, I did it. I got us more birds. And Mrs. Sweeney, though, of course, is pissed. And she tells him that he turned the device up way too high. And basically says that, like, yes, messing with the magnetic fields and the magnetic signal, that, like, on that high of, like, a caliber or whatever, is going to draw attention to them. Like, she's been turning it up only a very specific amount just to mess up the birds. But if it keeps getting turned up super high, like someone using a compass, perhaps, is going to notice that something's getting fucked up with the signals.
Yeah.
So...
Also sad. It's like poor Todd can't do anything right. He probably felt so proud. Like, I was just doing what Mom was doing or whatever.
You told him to get more birds.
She should have taught him. She should have explained to him too. Like, hey, you can get more birds, but be careful. Yeah. And like, don't turn it up too high.
Why even have the option to go that high?
Yeah.
Why use that option then?
Blame the creator.
Exactly. Okay. Not the user.
Not the user.
The same. Yeah. And yes, someone might notice, like I said, like someone with a compass, and that someone is a pack of rodents who are at this exact moment
flying overhead.
Yes, following Zipper to the statue, where they are at the base because he obviously brought them. He was like, "Everyone fell into a pie?" Question mark. Via his like,
they're like, "What?" He's like, "You have to follow me to believe it. I can't. Just come with me."
Yeah. I'm not even going to try and explain this. Like, he needs water. He's dehydrated. He's just like, get over here.
Just come here. Follow me.
Go on, guys. Go on. So they get to the base of the statue, which just kind of have the base. It's like between like all of the mirrors, a little bit of sand, like desert, and then the base of the statue, like her feet. And they see, or they hear inside of the statue at this base, tons of birds squawking. And amazingly... Which is why, Alexis, this is another reason this is an Halloween episode. Because Monty says, sounds like Alfred Hitchcock's making a movie over there. I
Wow.
know.
That's, I had a thought about Psycho too when you mentioned the mother-daughter or mother-son kind of
Yeah,
dynamic.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, gosh, sounds like a Norman Bates
Uh-oh.
situation might
Oh,
happen here
yeah.
soon. Watch out. That's funny. Okay.
Exactly.
Huh.
Yep. So we've
Nice.
got the birds
Good,
happening. So
good. And the birds.
yes,
Yes,
exactly.
perfect. Well done, Monty. Well
I know.
done.
Well done,
He's
Monty.
Australian, right? Or
Yeah,
something
I
like
didn't even
that.
try and do the quote in the Australian accent.
Okay.
I was like, how do I say Alfred Hitchcock in an Australian accent? Don't know. Cannot
All
try.
for it. Weird. Yeah, that's
Won't,
how.
yeah, won't even
Anyways.
try it. So they all run over and they see like at the base, there's like some barred windows. Everything's kind of locked up, but obviously, they're rodents. They can sneak into some barred windows.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
yes, they find at the like first level of this statue, it is very clearly and immediately a huge factory, a baking factory.
Oh
There's conveyor
no.
belts, there's pie tins stacked up to the ceilings, and cages upon cages upon cages of birds who are freaking the fuck out, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's also two giant cats who are slowly waking up right now.
Hey.
So these cats, it's two cats, they're like gray and they've got some stripes on them. They're pretty chunky. And
Okay.
uh-huh.
Okay.
And one of them comments that he thinks he heard a noise, and the other one's like, I don't know. It's probably like the old lady coming down to feed us some birds again. And the
Okay.
other one is like, I'm so sick of eating birds at this point. So like
Oh no. How many have they eaten?
they eat a lot of, but there's also a lot of pie
Enough
tins.
to be
So
that big and that tired of them.
that big and that tired
She
of.
said chicken pie, by the way.
She
I
said
I
chicken
hear
pie.
I hear some misrepresentations going
I hear
on.
some
Some
misbranding.
fraud.
I hear some
Yeah.
FDA is not going to be happy about this
Yeah, I hear a lot of
mislabeling.
bad things.
Yeah, it's all about
I
marketing,
hear bad things. Yeah,
I
I
hear bad
guess.
things, we see bad things, there are bad
We see,
things,
yeah.
including the fact that the cats are now arguing about like we would do anything for one meal that's not a damn bird. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like some rodents or something around here, right? Would that be crazy?
Yeah. If only we could find some
If
rodents.
only we could find some
Yikes.
rodents.
Okay. So these cats are like security guards almost, it seems,
Uh-huh.
for the
Exactly.
imprisoned birds, and they
Yes.
get to eat whichever
That's
ones try to get away. Ugh.
If they try and get away, they get eaten immediately, it would seem. Or if they don't, they also just get fed these birds,
I
basically.
guess, yeah,
They, either
yeah,
way, they're
yeah.
eating these birds as well.
Yeah, I guess she doesn't need all of them for
Eat
her
all of them.
chicken pies.
Chicken pies.
Oh,
Also,
this
I love
is
to think like there's definitely some people who are like, I don't understand the Sweeney Todd reference. Why do you guys keep saying chicken pies and birds? Oh, listeners, you'll find
we'll
out what
get
Sweeney
there.
Todd's about shortly.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah. We'll
We'll
get
get
there.
into
Yep, we
it.
will get there.
You'll learn
Yes.
soon.
The writers knew what they were doing. I
Yep.
already. Anyways, okay. Yep.
Yes. So, of
Yeah.
course, Chip and Dale are
Mm.
stuck arguing over, like, who knows what they're arguing about. As
Yeah.
Monty,
Usual.
Gadget, and Zipper, they go over to the cages and they find Midge and they're trying to figure out a way to free the birds, like to undo these cages and get everyone out of here. Clearly, this is a bad situation. But Chip and Dale, of course, again, like I said, arguing loudly, mind you. So loudly that, of course, yep, the cats overhear them, immediately start chasing them around the factory, including at some point they end up, Chip and Dale are on the conveyor belt, slowly moving towards, of course, the fiery full blast oven at the end of it, where the two cats are sitting on like either side of like the entrance to the flames, just like
Yeah.
it's like basically like a furnace, which is also a Sweeney Todd reference for a
Yeah.
deep cut about it at the end
Yes.
there. And so they're sitting there like waiting for Chip and Dale to get there. And Alexis, I only tell you that level of detail about like how they're sitting here right now
Sounds creepy.
because of it's one, very creepy, but two, I'm really telling you this moment for the third reason this is a Halloween episode, because what's most important about these cats in this moment is that, Alexis, these
Yeah.
cats are voiced first of all, by Jim Cummings.
Oh, of course. We love it. The king.
We love him.
Okay.
And
yes.
And I think my next 3 lines, I think was his doing. I think he said, "What if we did this, guys?" And they all said, "Absolutely, Mr. Cummings, whatever you want."
Whatever you want, sir. Thank you for letting us breathe the same air as you.
Because Alexis, you're about to lose your fucking mind. These cats are named based on the voice that Jim decided to use for both of these cats. He's doing a very specific voice for both of them. And the cats are named Jack and Nichols, as in Jack Nicholson, which is extra important because as the rodents, as the Chippendale get closer, one of the cats say, "Here's dinner," and like pulls the lever. It's like this. It's the exact same supercut onto the face and everything. Just mwah, The Shining, the exact impression of Jack Nicholson in that moment.
Perfect.
I lost my fucking mind.
I love it. It
was so good.
They pulled no punches, you know?
They said this is a Halloween episode, okay?
Yeah, whether you all see it or not, real ones will know that this is a Halloween episode.
Yes, true. That's through crazy. And through.
3 major like horror movie references so far, and I know we're coming back to Sweeney Todd heavy in a moment. So
exactly. I honestly, I was like, what else happened in this episode that I missed from just like not knowing enough of like the horror like genre and stuff. And like, I'm sure there were some, and I'm sure it'll be even more fun to watch for you.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
Yes, it's so funny. Again, of like a show about rodents. Like,
let's bring in some Alfred Hitchcock references.
Yes.
Like Shining reference, Stephen King.
Do it all.
Yeah.
So, yes. Chippendale luckily are able to tuck and roll off of the conveyor belt right as Mrs. Sweeney and Todd come downstairs and call for the cats. And they like sense something is going on. Like the birds are kind of freaking out even more because they see like Gadget, Monty, and Zipper trying to help. And so Mrs. Sweeney is like telling the cats like, be even more on guard. Like something's seeming weird around here.
Mm-hmm.
But no time that's what the cats are there for. It's not time for her to worry about it.
Right. She's busy making her pies.
She is busy starting up this factory. It's time to get to work. And we see as like, Alexis, I started losing my mind even more here. Like, a la in Sweeney Todd, like, organ music starts playing. And I was just like...
Cue organ music on our podcast.
Yes, please. We got to make some up right now.
Yeah.
We see, the organ music begins, and Todd pulls a lever for the quote-unquote chicken pot pie machine, which we see how it works. And basically, in all of these bird cages, essentially, like, the roof or like a back wall opens up on them and a giant like vacuum comes in and starts sucking the birds, including, mind you, Gadget and Monty, who have gotten into the cage at this point because they were like helping Midge trying to find a way out, and they can go in and out of the bars. It sucks them from the bird cages down onto the conveyor belt machine.
Oh God.
So, yes, we see as this like machine is getting started and the birds are starting to get like plucked up, like sucked up. Todd is starting to put the pie tins onto the conveyor belt. And he's confused. He's telling his mom, he's like, we're making chicken pies? Like chicken pot pies? We don't have any chickens though. And yes, Mrs. Sweeney of course says, well, chickens cost money and these birds are free. So I can make millions and millions of pies without spending a dime.
Oh, you know, businesses that cut corners, you know, you gotta, if you want your customers to really appreciate your product, you gotta really put it all in. Don't try to cheat them out of stuff.
And again, the real horror
is different from chickens. I think people
very
kind
different.
of know. Don't know.
And again, the real horrors of capitalism. Always comes back to that.
The 4th reason it's a Halloween episode.
Capitalism.
The scariest thing of them all.
Truly. So, Alexis, we're going to pause here in the middle of the action to, yes, talk about Mrs. Sweeney and Todd, aka Sweeney Todd. And listen, if you haven't seen Sweeney Todd yet, they did make a movie out of it. I personally think the movie is also incredible. The show itself also incredible. If you haven't seen Sweeney Todd yet, sorry, spoilers.
Show, you mean?
Yes,
right?
the Broadway show.
Okay, for
yeah,
so they made a Sweeney Todd show?
No, the Broadway show, and then they made the movie out of it, of the musical.
The movie is all I've seen, and actually only once, so I'm very excited for you to refresh me. You're probably going to rewatch it very soon after this episode. Yeah.
Simply must text me when you do.
Yes.
So yes, here is a very brief overview, but spoiler alert.
Yes.
And the musical is even fucking cooler too than the Okay, I'll tell you about it in a second. So I just love the show so much.
She wants to like jump ahead so bad.
I know. They talk so much
okay,
about
it. So I wrote a script. Let me follow it. Let me
take to it. So yes, as a very brief overview. So I know Sweeney Todd, yes, from the Stephen Sondheim musical from 1979 that takes place in Victorian England. Mm-hmm. But Alexis, as I've learned many times in this show, that one thing that I think is an original piece of content is actually based on something else. So the 1979 musical was based on, first, other movies called Sweeney Todd, basically. Okay. And all of those... 1979.
Okay. Which also, I thought it was way older than that. Cool.
Yeah. Well, here's maybe why. Because that's when the Broadway musical happened. But before that, there were a handful of movies and even some plays, which were all based off of what's called a penny dreadful. Yeah.
That I am familiar with.
Okay, yeah. So they were like these serial publications. Yes, in the UK during the 19th century. I think it started in like the 1830s. And basically, it's like these were weekly stories published in parts, only cost a penny. And they were sensational. They were often like fictional exploits of detective, criminals, and supernatural entities. So thus the horror element for you.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes.
I did not know that was the inspiration.
Yes. Okay. So this one was a penny dreadful called The String of Pearls, a Domestic Romance, but it was also sometimes called The Sailor's Gift. And no one seems to know who the author of this penny dreadful was, at least according to Wikipedia. And it was published again as a serialized or as a series between 1846 and 1847. So generally, the musical does seem to stay true to the plot of the original Penny Dreadfuls, although, like, you know, here and there, baby details do change.
Yeah.
But basically, this Penny Dreadful and all of the content after it as inspired by it, including the musical, follows the plotting of an eventual investigation and, spoiler, downfall of a man named Sweeney Todd. And basically, he is a barber who murders his customers by slitting their throats, and he gets rid of their corpses by giving them to a woman named Mrs. Lovett, who then bakes these corpses into her meat pies and sells them to the public. Now, there's a lot more that happens within all of this, like plot-wise, politics, interpersonal relationships, but like that is what this musical is known for, is the barber, demon barber of Fleet Street, slices the throats, dumps them, and Mrs. Lovett bakes them into her pies. They also have a young boy working for them who's none the wiser to this serial killer plot and cannibalism happening. But yes, that's the TLDR. Again, there's lots of interpersonal dynamics happening. A lot of politics happens, that kind of stuff. You have to go see if it's ever coming through town. You got to go see it. It's like so fascinating of how they make the like constant murder happening on stage happen, and like it's like even creepier. And the violence of it all
without CGI or special effects.
It's like
at least the most beautiful thing about theater.
Exactly. At least when I saw it, it's like even creepier and like jarring because they play like a like noise when it happens,
like
and it's
live
like
orchestra and everything.
Yes, like your bones rattle when it happens, and it's so fucking good. But Alexis, there's also speculation about the
Mhm.
inspiration behind the original Penny Dreadful
Oh my
itself.
gosh, it keeps going.
It
Everything's
keeps
based off of something
going.
else. What was this
Yes.
based on? Like Homer's Odyssey or
For some
something? Good
Greek
Lord,
myth
how
shit.
far back do we go? Yeah, based off of
Oh,
Beowulf
Alexis.
or
We go
something.
Beowulf.
I don't know, the first horror or whatever.
Yeah. We go to a couple potential places for it. Again, no one knows like the original
Okay.
author, so it's like hard to know
Yeah.
what their inspiration was.
I
But
guess they never sued
here's
for copyright infringement because it
Hey,
sounds like
exactly.
Sondheim pulled very clearly from this.
Hey, you know what? This was from the like 1846. That was off public domain by
Yeah,
then,
it's
long
pretty
gone.
exactly. Yeah.
So here's a couple pieces of speculation. I think there's probably more, but here's just the couple I pulled from Wiki. So
Hmm.
the first piece of speculation is about a French nonfiction book from 1612 called, I think, The Theater of Antiquities. I don't know how to say that in French. Les Théâtres des Antiquités.
Sure.
How do I
Yeah.
say? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Close. Yeah.
That's what it looks like. So,
Yeah.
Day
Probably a couple
Paris
accents
of
in
Paris.
there.
There's a lot of accents in it. I don't know what they
Yes.
do. And it's by Father Jacques de Briel, something like that. But basically, in this nonfiction book from 1612, The Theater of Antiquities of Paris, it mentions, quote, a murderous pastry cook, unquote, who put
Ooh.
human meat from his murder victims, or who puts, yeah, human meat from his murder victim, or cooks it and gives it out due
Yeah.
to dietary benefits. I don't know what those are, but Father Jacques sure thought that he should mention them in this book, I guess.
Yeah. Wait, you said this was nonfiction?
A French nonfiction book? But from 1612,
Right.
so who's to say
I
what Father Jacques
mean,
was up to? You know?
yeah. And Father Jacques. So this was a religious
This is a
person?
priest,
This was a
presumably a priest,
priest?
presumably a priest, about the
Hmm.
theaters of antiquities of Paris. Unclear.
What?
Unclear. That could be anything. That could be anything.
It could be
Father
anything.
Jacques.
Anything
It
at
could have been
all.
Father
It's
Jacques confessing, for all we know.
yeah. He can't confess to himself, so he has to put it into
Yeah,
a short story, I
exactly. And
guess.
look, I'm just assuming that these words mean the theaters of antiquities of Paris based on me
Yeah,
knowing romantic languages.
right.
Who knows? This could have
It
actually
actually
said my
scenes of
dietary.
murder.
Yeah.
Is that what it actually translates
Yeah,
to?
scenes of murder by me that I did by my own hand by
This is
Father
my
Jacques de
confession.
Brel.
It's just
And I
got
just don't know
lost in
French.
translation. The French
I
language
translated it
actually
wrong.
has changed a lot over history. Like I feel like there was an
Hey,
old version from like early, like maybe before the 1600s, but like there's like ancient French that is like totally
right.
changed in translation to
Hey, you
this
know
day.
what?
So what if in
I
lost in
didn't Google
translation,
Translate it.
it
I
was
just assumed that's what this meant.
it
Like the
was
translation
this
loss
whole
could be
book is
right now
actually
in front of us. It's me.
everyone thinks it's like some short story about like, oh wow, that's so interesting. But in reality, lost in translation, it is actually him. Like
His
it's
confession.
his like expose, not what do you call it? His
His memoir.
like mass murderers always write their not their expose, but like their reason for doing it or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Manifesto. It's his
Manifest.
manifesto.
And his
Actually.
manifesto is about a
Yeah.
healthy diet in Paris in the
Yeah.
1600s.
Yeah.
This water's so polluted. What are we gonna do about
Yeah.
it? What about
That's
blood?
crazy.
Think about that,
How about
y'all. We
ever
know
think
about
about
blood?
human flesh? Maybe.
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 You think these dogs and cats on the street are rabid? You know who might not be? Your neighbor.
Humans,
Think about it.
humans don't have rabies usually, more than often. They don't. So probably better for you to eat than the rabid cows.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just in
All you
case
gotta do is
these.
kill your neighbor. But,
Yeah, all you gotta do
once
is,
you get over that whole thing, yeah, yeah.
delish. This is actually his recipe book.
Eat a life. Oh, God.
He's on
This
Food
is,
Network.
there's a lot of jokes we could make, but that's going to get
It's okay because
way
we got
too
more to
dark.
go through
I
for
know
the
it's the Halloween
speculation.
season, but even I don't want to make a joke that dark, so we're going to keep it going.
We'll keep going. I think I know where you're going. We're talking about a priest here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Anyways.
yeah.
So
Anyways, yeah,
then it's
yeah.
also speculated, or it said that, again, in Paris, in the 1800s, there was apparently a police record about murders that were committed by a Parisian barber. And it said that, like, in these Parisian archives, that the barber was in league with a pastry cook who, yes, used humans in their baked goods. But
interesting.
This story about this Parisian murderer and, like, accomplice, the story was published in a London magazine in 1824. And so it makes the authenticity of it is kind of dubious of, like, well, who was this police who wrote down this police record? How did this London magazine get it? Is this just the British slandering the French? Like, it's
Which they did a lot back then.
Exactly. So it's a little unclear about, like, where these archives are that talk about this and how old it is and that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
So then...
it almost sounds too crazy to be real, but, I don't put much past humans, so especially back then.
Exactly. Yeah, especially anytime.
Especially now.
Yeah, exactly. Now and then. We are the same. Yeah. And then, interestingly, Charles Dickens had multiple works prior to the Penny Dreadful coming out, at least according to Wikipedia, that kind of played with the idea of pies being made with quote-unquote non-traditional meat sources, let's say, including a full line in one of his works about cannibalistic pastries. And there are claims, although this also feels pretty dubious to me, that Charles Dickens was inspired by his knowledge of a real Sweeney Todd that he wouldn't disclose, like, the information about. That feels like some historian in, like, 1964 being like, I bet Charles Dickens really knew. Let me dissect this line, and, like, no real evidence for that is my assumption.
Sounds very conspiratorial.
Exactly. Like, people love making up theories about dead authors, kind of thing.
Yes, exactly, because you can't get sued by them. Or also, like, just someone who really did not like Dickens's work and was like, I bet he knew a serial killer.
I bet he knew a murderer, for sure. I mean, he probably did back in those days.
I bet he was one,
Yeah, exactly.
Allegedly.
It's like
for Charles Dickens' estate's lawyers obviously listening to this podcast.
I got this from Wikipedia. Go talk to them about it, okay?
Yeah.
So, yes, keep in mind that this possibly murderous Parisians in the 1800s then inspired, this Penny Dreadful, which then inspired an iconic musical, which then inspired 2 chipmunks, some mice, bugs, and birds, all trying to prevent non-traditional meat going into some pies.
Which is funny because, I thought you were going to go from musical to the movie, but this episode of Chip and Dale came out long before the movies. Rescue Rangers came out long before the movies. This came first.
This came after the musical, baby. Yeah, which is even more of a deep cut. Like, I didn't know the musical until the movie, and then I saw the musical afterwards.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's like the actual Broadway show after I saw the movie.
Probably same.
Yeah, that's what, like, brought the movie, I think, like, brought it to more people kind of thing.
Revitalized
which means
the Broadway
the people who wrote this episode, Chip and Dale, knew the musical. Like,
they're OG Sweeney Todd fans.
Exactly.
They're not posers like us.
Exactly.
Not you, but, like,
but no, it's okay. I saw the movie musical first.
Yeah,
exactly.
Wow, interesting. The movie is Tim Burton, right? And the only reason I know that is because of who's in the movie and the vibes of the movie.
Exactly.
It's very Tim Burton coded, which I figure you'll go
Johnny
into.
Depp, Helena Bowman Carter, Alan Rickman, Sacha Baron Cohen.
I did not remember that part.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So you gotta go rewatch.
Rest in peace, Alan Rickman.
I know. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it because I think the only time I've seen it was around when it first came out, and I just saw it that one time, or like when it was on DVD. I
probably made you watch it.
Not old enough to see it. I almost positive you did. It was probably. I think it was a rowing movie night. Yeah.
Yep. And I probably. Yep. There's lots of musical nerds on that team.
Yeah.
So yes, we see, cutting back to our cartoon horror scene here.
Yeah.
Yes, as I said, we see now the birds falling from the vacuum, like, kind of down a little spout directly into the pie tins, which we, again, see Monty, Gadget, and Midge and Zipper, I think, all get plopped out into one. And as they continue down the conveyor belt, other machine just shoots pie crust down upon them, and they start heading towards the open furnace. And because there's pie crust, like, they can't move. It's like gloopy pie crust, like, holding them down. Again, all of the birds are squawking and, like, screaming in fear of being stuck under this dough, going to just be cooked alive, not even killed first, just straight into the furnace.
I mean, okay. Where is she getting this recipe from? No carrots, no potatoes,
no salt,
no roux, no salt.
No,
all talons and
begin with that.
all.
Bones, beaks,
eyes. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? You're getting sued, lady. People expect chicken pie, first of all. If you don't even, like, skin and feather them and ground them down or dice them up, then people are going to realize, oh my God, there's a literal sparrow in my pie.
There is a still moving sparrow in my pie.
A full, like it's
why
chirping.
Is there a rat tail in my pie? Where does this mouse come from? Is that a purple jumpsuit?
Are those goggles?
It's a Hawaiian
Is that a Hawaiian shirt?
Yeah, you're not going to make a million.
You're going to be trying.
She's not even trying. She's bad.
Which makes it even scarier.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, just blind.
That's on a Sweeney Todd level of like psychosis, or of just like, oh yes, I can do whatever I want. I can do
anything and get away with it.
Yeah, and get away with it. Yeah. Yep. But I guess she's like in the middle of the desert where no one can find her either. So she's like, I dare you to sue me. You don't know my address. Right. You don't know where to send a summons.
But how is she supposed to get those
process on me?
Right. You can't find me.
True. That's true.
So yes, Zipper is able to like get out of the pie crust a little bit. I think he maybe like dodged it as it was coming out. And Chip yells for Zipper to basically redirect one of like the things that's shooting down the dough towards the gears on the conveyor belt. Which he does, and all of that dough is able to clog and put a stop to the conveyor belt from moving. Essentially, like it clogs it up. And so Chip and Dale run up, and they're able to help Gadget, Monty, and Midge get out, as well as free the other birds from the pies.
Good. Okay.
And they then are able to go. They run and like burst open all the cages as well. And the front door has been left open because Mrs. Sweeney and Todd like went out there to go check on the solar panels. And so the birds see this giant open door, and all of these birds, by the way, are like ravens and or crows. And
of course. Halloween again.
In a full like, who is it? Tippi Hedren moment of like all of these birds, like Mrs. Sweeney and Todd are like walking back in, and all of the birds just like like fall swarming, all of them. Like, they're screaming, they're getting attacked by the birds, like, they're trying to grab the birds from the air. They're just being fully fucking attacked by these birds right now.
I love it.
Yes, it's very funny.
Because sweet karma, sweet justice, by the way. I mean, obviously, karma. The Hitchcock reference is great, too.
Exactly.
But yeah, karma's just as great.
Exactly. So, Todd and Mrs. Sweeney kind of run away from all of this, and Mrs. Sweeney is talking about, like, okay, we need to get more birds now. All of our birds just fucking got free, but like, don't turn it up all the way, Todd, or else you'll get attention to us. So at least she's being clear this time of like, we got to turn that on. Set your
expectations.
Yes, don't turn up all the way, but like, we got to get this magnetic field fork back in action. And Gadget overhears all of this. And as we mentioned, as the smart one of the group, she clocks, yes, that's what was messing up my navigation system.
Knew it wasn't my fault.
I knew it. Guys, come on. I'll show you it's not my fault.
Hear that? See, it's her fault. It's crazy lady. She's right.
I'm right. Yeah. I was always right. So, yes. We have Todd. He goes up to the command center and starts to turn the magnetic field on slightly so he can get more birds down. And at this point, because Gadget did run out to the plane to be like, y'all, I told you so. It was not me. And she's able to like reconfigure her plane, and they all get back in it to like try and figure out the source of like the magnetic field. But Todd turns it on. It immediately fucks the plane up again, and they just crash right back to where they were in front of the statue.
Hey,
it happens. They needed to be there anyways.
Yeah.
But I will say why I mention all of this is that as this happens, as they were careening down, Gadget was able to see the solar mirrors powering up the magnetic field device.
Okay.
And she basically, yes, puts it all together that, like, okay, when the solar mirrors were facing a certain direction so the sun would hit them, it powered everything up. Got it. Okay, cool. And she also sees that when the solar mirrors get turned off, basically the mirrors just go into a different direction, the magnetic field stops. So essentially this is all for Gadget to see how this whole operation works, more or less.
Okay.
So I'm thinking here, okay, Gadget just put together, yes, these mirrors need, like, this is the key to it all. If the mirrors don't work, then bada bing, the magnetic field doesn't work. So I'm thinking,
boom.
Let's smash some mirrors.
Yeah. Sounds cathartic. Yeah.
But instead, Gadget proposes what is to me an absolutely unhinged scheme. She tells everyone, and they decide to go enact this plan, Alexis. Gadget says, okay, listen, if we turn the mirrors to fully face the sun, like full sunlight hitting them, this would power up the machine to full capacity, which would, and I quote, be powerful enough to bring down an entire plane, which would then direct authorities here because of the plane crash. Gadget is going full, like, kamikaze. Extremist mode. She is bringing down a whole passenger commercial plane to hope that someone comes to investigate it. Is her plan. And I'm like, I hope this is another horror movie reference somehow. Otherwise, Gadget, what, honey?
Honey,
what?
Hey, Gadget, we can't end the lives of all of these people. You gotta
Gadget, what if we
some people to make a pie.
Wait, Gadget, no, that's what we're fighting against.
Gadget. No, we don't want to make the pies. That is a ridiculous escalation.
Yes.
That is a ridiculous escalation. You know, if I were Monty, I'd be like, how about we smash those? How about we get some baseball bats out? I think.
How about Gadget? How about you sit down and take 10? I'll smash some ears. I wouldn't want to give you a bat right now, Gadget. You're kind of scary.
She's obviously very upset about the plane crash, about both of these plane crashes, and she's obviously very upset. Like, she doesn't want to be the only person who's crashed a plane today. She's like, I need to prove that it's this area. It's not me. We're going to bring another plane down.
That it takes down planes. It wasn't my plane. It's any plane,
me.
Guys. It still wasn't me. Okay,
and she's like, we survived, so surely whoever's on this other plane will too. Yeah, right.
They'll be fine.
Right?
And also, like, it's any plane. I made a good plane. I made such a good plane that it was like human level plane, right?
Yeah.
So like, look, it'll take it down too.
And also, again, a sign of the times. Like, clearly, this was before 2001.
I know
this episode came. They would
never.
Ever.
Maybe that's partially why I was
life
so
savings
shocked
on it. Yeah, they would never ever write this into a cartoon post 2001.
I can't remember which show. No, some show. I think maybe it was the Rescue Rangers episode that was banned for like terrorist references. Kind of thing.
After
like
that, or was it or like when it first came out?
I don't know. There was definitely some episode,
right. I remember
a banned episode that they were like, I bet it was post 2011, but like,
I think it was like retroactively.
Yeah, maybe that's why I was so shocked by this episode that moment that I was like, Gadget, what?
Yikes! Yeah,
I think that's a good point. This was
make funny, quippy jokes about planes coming out of the sky, especially now too. More planes are
exactly. Like, Gadget, girl.
Yikes, girlfriend, chill. Chill.
Breaks. Going a little Sweeney Todd here. Going a little sociopath here.
A little too dark. Yeah. Like, Gadget. What? You're no better than Mrs. Sweeney or Todd in this moment.
Exactly.
In fact, you are a lot worse, actually, because like, listen, I don't condone killing birds.
But look, if we eat meat, we eat meat. But people?
Yeah. Yeah.
If anything, you're going to give Mrs. Sweeney ideas by seeing all these dead bodies everywhere.
Right.
Like, it's going to get
She's
worse.
Like, I can make my pies even more nutrient dense.
Wow.
You say?
Easy. More
Interesting.
meat.
Yeah. You mean I won't have to worry about feathers in the pie?
Oh
Only
my
human hair
God.
and clothing? That's a
Easy. That
lot
burns off
better.
in the furnace, baby.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Oh,
So,
gadget.
yeah. And again, Gadget and Chip go to enact this plan. They're like, great, let's do
Wait, Chip is
this.
cool with it too?
Everyone's
Chip
cool with
pushes.
it.
Everyone is. Not
Everyone's cool
even.
with it.
No
No
one
one
is.
speaks against
No one's
it.
pushing back. No, oh
Not a
my
single
God.
rodent says, let's think about it.
Not a single rodent.
Not a single, no pushback in any way, shape, or form. Um, Monty and Dale stay behind as a distraction slash bait for Jack Nicholson, aka the two cats. Was
Yeah.
collectively referred to as that. Well,
Yes.
everyone else, oh, Midge also goes with them too. It's Gadget, Chip, and Midge go up to the command center to enact this plan. Where up there they see Mrs. Sweeney scheming of like, got to make up for lost time. How do I get these birds without setting off the alarms?
Yeah.
And without hesitation, to like get Mrs. Sweeney away from the command center, Midge swoops in and starts attacking Mrs. Sweeney, which granted, Midge had just been
Good. I
captured by
mean,
Mrs. Sweeney. Yeah, again, karma I don't
yeah,
feel bad for
fair.
her.
And this is for my father.
Yes, this is for this is for the flock. For
My
the
name is
flock.
Midge. You killed my father. Now I'm
Prepare to get
to
pecked.
die. Yes. Yeah.
So, yes, she starts going crazy trying to get this bird from not to stop attacking her, which gives Gadget and Chip a chance to basically climb up onto the controls and start fucking with them. And as this is happening, Todd has also gone downstairs. He's heard the cats freaking out down there. So he goes down to see what's going on, sees the cats, Jack Nicholson, chasing the rodents outside.
Okay.
And so now Todd tries to catch them. And as he's doing that, he starts shooting a slingshot at the rodents, but keeps missing and smashing the mirrors himself.
Oh.
Which means
Okay.
as Gadget turns everything on to, kill 200 people, nothing happens.
Casually. Good. Thank God. Oh no. Okay. Story's not over there.
We know what Gadget is, though. She's a problem solver. Because Gadget.
And the problem is this plane's not coming out of the sky.
The problem is that she can't be the only one who crashes today. Otherwise, she'll look bad. Okay? Someone else has got to come down from this fucking sky. It's not those birds. Because Gadget looks down and sees all of these mirrors being smashed everywhere. But then she also remembers what else was reflective and shiny that I saw earlier today. Pie tins. Hundreds and thousands of pie tins.
Okay.
And so she goes downstairs and everyone helps her start yeeting like fucking frisbees, these pie tins into the field.
Frisbees coming full circle.
Coming full circle, baby.
I love it.
That's why they needed that frisbee.
That was like a triple pun. There was so much going on there. I didn't think about that when
I didn't even realize that either. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
great.
The circle part. No, frisbees are circles.
Now I realize it.
I just meant from the beginning of the episode, but yes.
Incredible.
Look at us.
So, yes, back to murder, Alexis.
Yes, sorry.
Back to
And planes
terrorism.
falling from the sky. My bad. Yes.
Literally all of them are helping her
note.
eat this reflective surface all across the field. And Alexis.
Yeah.
We see, you know what, we'll lighten this for a second because we hear a familiar voice. We hear not Jim Cummings, we hear Frank Welker literally just doing Fred from Scooby-Doo's voice.
Oh, good.
Which is it's comforting for a second until we realize
what are you doing here?
that this voice is of a pilot who we now see in the sky saying, time to land already? This can't be Burbank. The air's too clean up here. Yeah. Because all of this pilot's
air's also got to get a dig in on California.
I know.
The air's too clean up here. Damn.
It was savage. It was very funny.
That was good.
It's Burbank. Nice. Anyways, this plane starts to nosedive directly into the statue.
Oh, great. Well, guess we're landing here.
Yes, we're landing now. All of the machines have gone fully on the fritz. Fully landing. And Fred Jones, Frank Welker, thank God, much I guess to Gadget's disappointment, is a good ass pilot. We're able to see the pilot correct it and make a safe emergency controlled landing. Like perfectly touches down.
Oh, nice.
And
everyone claps. All of the passengers clap for him. Yay, we made
the
it.
seatbelt light goes on.
Burbank, but yeah. Please keep your seatbelts on.
Yes, securely fastened. And also, I hate to give it to her. Gadget's planned work because we do see now cop cars who saw a plane crash landing in the desert, zooming out towards the factory, the statue which the plane landed by.
Yeah.
And yes, we see Todd, Mrs. Sweeney, all the cats, like, get arrested, which I'm going to say...
Broadway musical. Anyways.
Exactly.
Wait, who did Cats? Who wrote Cats?
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Okay. Duh. Thank you. Okay.
Very different.
I was like, I know it wasn't Sondheim. I know.
Yes.
I was like, I know it wasn't, but who was that again? Okay.
Our boy Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yes.
Based on the poetry book by T.S. Eliot, fun fact, is what the musical is based on. Mm-hmm. A lot of the poems were songs that Andrew Lloyd Webber made.
Musical facts. I know.
I've got a treasure trove up here.
Told you guys. So, she said.
I'm on it.
Readjusts the glasses.
Anyways. Well, actually,
that was Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Based on the poetry book by T.S. Eliot. Thank you very much. Yeah, did I recite one of those poems in 5th grade when we had to memorize a poem and say it to the class? Yeah, I did.
Damn. Okay. Much. Would have hated being in 5th grade with you. Everyone else is probably doing like Cat in the Hat, fucking a hungry caterpillar. This is like a poem by T.S. Eliot.
Jellicle cats. Let me tell you about them. I mean, you barely got through high school dealing with me too, so I was no different.
Yeah. 5th grade probably would have been a little worse. No, I act like I wouldn't have done something similar, but for like a sci-fi, an old like classic sci-fi book or something.
Exactly.
Like H.G. Wells, I would have been referencing. Or like Rudyard Kipling or something.
Right, like no matter what, people are going to hate us.
Yeah, right, one way or another.
Exactly.
Anyways.
So, like, I assume, I retconned and decided that, like, they all got arrested. Because technically, like, they weren't feeding people with these. This wasn't yet FDA violations. I'm going to assume that, like, this was illegal poaching, that these birds were maybe endangered. It's like it's a flyway zone, like byway zone. So, like, they killed all these birds illegally.
Yes, that's probably the number one.
Yes,
for
that's
sure.
what I'm assuming
and
was happening.
Two, like, where jurisdictionally, like, you can't just build a building wherever you want,
Exactly.
You got to
even out there
taxes,
in the desert, y'all.
Pay fees, exactly. Like somebody owns that land or oversees that land, and
it's certainly not Mrs. Sweeney.
I'm sure she's not paying taxes on the property or like employment taxes for her son and for actually it's just her and her son, but still, like she owes the government some things, both locally and federally. So if nothing else, they can get her on that. It's just like
for good. I think
it's just like freaking I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. Mobster, Chicago. The mobster, literally of all mobsters.
White Bulger, Frank Costello. He was in Chicago though.
Yeah, man.
John Dillinger.
Anyway, they got him on tax evasion.
Oh, Al Capone.
Thank you.
Yes.
All I could think of was Al Pacino. I'm not gonna kid. I know that's not his name.
Yeah, I used to say the taxes. Yes, Al Capone. Yes. That's how you get them. You always get them.
You get them on
the
taxes.
IRS. We've talked about this so many times on the show. The IRS will fuck you up. The IRS in the mail,
do not
like
fuck with them.
USPS, do not fuck with either of those things. They'll take you
pay your taxes and do not commit mail fraud because both of those government agencies will come after you. Yeah, they will find you.
So, yes, that's why I assume they're getting taken in on. I agree. Mrs. Sweeney is getting put away for good for all of that.
Good.
I think Todd is going to get off, maybe get some help that he needs.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think he'll get help.
He was definitely being manipulated here.
Exactly.
I don't think he was genuinely
abused.
Evil.
Yes, he was. Exactly. He didn't understand what was happening. And as they get arrested, the cop comments that this is the biggest case they've had around these parts in a long time. And everyone looks at Chip to be like, see, you got the big case that you wanted.
Win-win.
Exactly. You said
Yeah.
you got what you came for. And Chip, honestly, kind of an asshole move. He's like, what really mattered in the end was helping our friend Midge. To which I say,
Oh, fuck
Midge,
you.
please.
Fuck
Yeah.
you, Chip. Like,
Chip,
seriously? You
like,
suck.
yes, it worked out that we got here and we saved like thousands of lives, but like, except for the ones Gadget tried to end. But beyond that, Gadget's really leading into Chip being a jerk, so they don't have to be like, Gadget, what if that hadn't worked? But all of them died. Gadget, you good? So she's like, wow, Chip.
Chip,
Now you
really?
care about friends.
Wow. Wow. Oh,
Now you am I right,
man.
guys? Wow, Chip. Wow, am I right? Yeah. And that's at the end.
Great job.
Thank you.
First of all, great job.
Thank
That
you.
was amazing. But also, that episode reminded me how dysfunctional the Rescue Rangers are and
Oh,
how
we're a
like
mess.
they all have like ear redeeming qualities. Like
Yes, which is why it's such a
there's
fun
something that
show.
you can hate about each and every one of them
Yes,
besides Zipper. Zipper's the only one who
tried and
like is
true.
always in the right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably because we can't
Oh
understand him,
my
so we don't know
God.
what shit he's saying.
He's actually probably the worst, but there's
Yeah,
a language barrier, so we
yeah,
don't,
we
yeah.
just can't hear how horrible he is.
Chip is the worst. Talk about
Yeah.
that's a master class of gaslighting.
Yes,
Like, yeah,
exactly.
the case was groundbreaking and that's awesome,
But
but Midge,
it's about
we
the
saved
friends we
Midge. I
made
can't
along
believe
the
you
way.
guys I
I can't believe you guys
can't
didn't
believe
want
you
to do
guys
this
didn't want to
case.
help Midge.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's
can't
so
believe you guys didn't
cruel.
want to help our new friend. How
Right.
mean?
Our new best friend. You know what? We need to take
Yeah.
her to the coast the rest of the way, everyone.
Exactly. We've got to help her. But also, I mean, to be fair, they didn't. Did she reunite with her family in the end?
I
Or her
assume that they then
flock?
go take her to the coast.
Okay.
I assume Chip
Okay.
leans in and is like, we gotta finish the job, everyone.
Yeah.
So he
I
doesn't look
guess
like the asshole that he is.
too late.
Yeah.
I guess my assumption was that her flock
Got
also
like
got
stopped
sucked
on the
up
way.
in this thing and
It's
that they were
unclear.
also in there somewhere and that they were released and she reunited with them. But I guess
Unclear.
I kind of like that storyline better. We're
Yeah.
on the way to find them.
Right.
They
It's because, yeah,
uncover
they
this
got
other
lost to
mystery.
begin with. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Interesting.
yeah. So, there
Nice.
you go.
Wow. Great job. Great
Thank you.
job. That
Thank you.
was, you're right. Pie in the sky.
Eye
My
in the sky.
simple mind would
My,
say,
oh
hey,
my.
a Thanksgiving episode that we can retcon into being Thanksgiving themed. And then I would
No,
have watched it and
ma'am.
been pissed that we didn't talk about it in Halloween because, yeah, I
Again,
got a whole list of scary movies to watch in the next week or so after
yes,
listening to this that are,
for
yeah, I'm
real.
very excited about. So
Yeah,
awesome.
it was great.
Awesome.
It really shook me this whole episode,
Yeah.
and I loved it. And again,
Yeah.
like I just Rescue Rangers is just so insane. Of like, remember our like cult episode? Like that's I think one of my favorite episodes
Oh
I've
my
ever
God,
done
that's
was
right.
straight up
Yeah,
like
the
the
sticky soda
Jonestown.
cult.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Where
like
they,
straight up
yes, and
Jonestown
like all
episode.
drinking the fizzy soda or
Yes,
whatever. Oh my
exactly.
God, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
it's an
there was
insane show.
also something in the rainforest too, right? About like a logging mob or
Yes,
something like
yes,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
which like is
fully
a
went into the
legitimate concern and
deforestation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Again, and the sign of the times, like cartoons could talk about way crazier things
Dude,
back in the
they
80s and
did
early
the Tower of
90s.
London episode, which like
That's
then we went into the
right.
lore of the
The
Tower of
ghosts.
London. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the murders
Oh,
there. Yeah. So anyways, this
man.
show
I'm sure there's
crazy.
others. They did the racist Jamaican
Yeah, oh
bats
yeah,
or
they
the
did
racist
that. They
depiction
sure
of
did
Jamaican
that.
bats, which that was a whole thing.
Yep.
And yeah, man, Chippendale Rescue
Chippendale.
Rangers doing it all. We love
Oh,
it.
crazy. Yep.
Great.
So that kicks off everyone our start of our holiday arc,
Oh,
specifically our
yeah.
Halloween arc, a week early because we love Halloween. Next week,
Hmm.
Alexis will be back to tell us I don't know what show. We'll find
Get
out, and I
excited.
cannot wait. And between
Hmm.
now and then, Alexis, who should our listeners and viewers tell about our show?
This week you should tell Marie Callender, the famous maker of
Ooh.
pies. I'm
Whoa.
pretty sure she's not alive anymore, but it's like one of those big brands if you're walking through the
Yeah, I was
grocery
gonna
store.
say.
Marie Callender pies. Yeah, I don't know. Tell whoever the CEO of that company is.
Damn, that's a good one.
Although be like not saying that we're saying this is how your pies are made, but
Allegedly.
allegedly are these how pies are made? Anyways, who should they tell?
Is it bad if I then immediately say tell the who's it? Betty Crocker Company?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they make them too.
Are they
like Doe's.
Is that the same company? Yeah. Are they owned by the same parent company?
Is it monopolized now? It might be now.
I don't know.
Though.
Either way,
I don't think
tell
so.
whoever runs that arm of that probably monopolized baking.
Even if they are monopolized, probably different. Yeah, they got different.
Exactly. They got different executives here. So tell them. And again, we're not saying that their pies are made of humans or non-traditional meats.
No, absolutely not.
Crust.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
But maybe publish where you guys are getting your meat from. Just a thought. Just a this time of year, be really clear about it. Maybe just I don't know.
To do that.
Actually, there's a reason they don't do that. Anyways,
exactly.
Well,
so on that note,
see y'all next week.
Until next week. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Saturday Morning Mysteries.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share, rate, review, leave us a like, and drop a comment. We post episodes every Saturday and bonus tune tangents whenever we feel like it. So please subscribe so you don't miss the shenanigans.
And if you want to follow us on YouTube, click the bell under the YouTube subscribe button to receive notifications when new videos are posted.
And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, we have no idea what you're listening to us on, so just hit the big subscribe button on whatever app you're using. We believe in you.
Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at SatmornMist, all the abreves, and let us know if you have any episode or show requests by emailing SaturdayMorningMysteries@gmail.com.
Thanks to Jenna Kendall for the logo design and to Ava Sakiki for the music used during this week's episode.
See y'all groovy kids next week on Saturday Morning Mysteries.